a true pleasure today. One of my favourite heavyweights of all time. Former Olympic gold medalist in '88 and former WBO Heavyweight Champion for everyone in his era, Ray Merciless Mercer. Welcome to a ringside seat with Tassie.
Good to be here, man. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. We were just talking off air before that you've never been to Australia before, but you'd like to come.
I would. I'm like an animal guy, and I watch the shows all the time.
Well, we've got plenty of animals, man. We're known for our dangerous animals and our dangerous insects.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
We'll go wrestle some crocodiles together.
I don't know about that one now.
So, Ray, for everyone, mate, can we just start back to where it started? I mean, an amazing career. I mean, amateur gold medalist and obviously great professional career. Can we just, what got you into boxing?
Well, I was actually in the military for 2 years, and I got stationed overseas in Europe, in Germany. And one of the coaches over there, when I first got there, he was in my unit for a box. He was a boxing coach, and he had a fighter, heavyweight, and he asked me if I want to be a sparring partner. And we was going to a 30-day field problem in the wintertime, and I told him when we come back, I would do it. And he told me if I said yes, then I wouldn't have to go. So I guess you know what I said. I said yes. So I was a sparring partner, but I forgot one thing. I forgot that I'd never boxed before, man. So it was kind of tough. So I was getting my butt handed to me for about a month, and I asked the trainer to show me how to defend myself, and he showed me. And then 2 months later, I'm making the post-champ quit, and I'm the man. So that's how I got started.
So you learned the hard way, thrown in the deep end.
That's right. From nothing.
And how many amateurs did you have, obviously, before you went to the '88 Olympics?
My record after I was 86. I was 86 and 6.
Okay.
That was my amateur record, 86 and 6.
And how did it feel? I mean, starting off, like how you did, and then obviously making the US Olympic team. How was that for you?
Oh my God! I mean, it was like a dream come true, man. I couldn't believe it. I mean, what I did in boxing, I seen I had an easy path to go to the Olympics for being in the military, man. I gave it everything that I had. I trained hard as I ever trained or did anything in my life. I mean, I ate, slept, and everything else, boxing. So, I learned fast from the time from 1983, from the time I put a pair of gloves on. 5 years later, 1988, I'm winning a gold medal. So it took me 5 years from the time to put my gloves on to the time for me to win the gold medal, man. And that was just amazing. I couldn't have did it without the military. So I took advantage of every opportunity and chance, that I had.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. What a dream come true. It was a great team too, the '88 team. I've actually had you're my third '88 Olympian on my podcast. I've had Michael Kabaha, who got silver. I've had Roy Jones Jr., obviously, and now you. So I've had 3 of the '88. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, you didn't get Riddick Bowe?
I've got to get Big Daddy. If you've got a contact, I'd love to get Big Daddy. Yeah.
You gotta get Big Daddy. You gotta get him in there. Then you have 4 of us.
That's right. So I've and I heard on the grapevine you were the leader of that '88 team. You were pretty much the. I don't know if you were the. Yeah.
I wouldn't say leader, but I trained harder than I think everybody that was there. I did. I trained. I was the oldest guy there. I was 27 on the Olympic team. All them other guys weren't even over 25. They was young guys.
So they looked up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They looked up to me because I trained hard, and I played hard and I trained hard, and they seen that, and they had a lot of respect for me for doing that.
Very controversial one too. Obviously the Roy Jones incident, being robbed of the gold medal, that would have put a bit of a. How was that in the team itself? I mean, obviously you won gold, and I know Riddick got silver to Lennox, but what did that send to the team? Such a bad robbery for Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, that was the worst ripoff I've ever seen in my life. I just couldn't believe that they had the guts to even just do that, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, But they did that, and Roy Jones got ripped off the worst I've ever seen, and he's champion, and he knows that, even the guy that he was fighting knows that he's champion. I think they gave him the gold medal, and yeah, and I think it'd be the right thing to do. So
Oh yeah.
he was the slickest boxer on the team, on our boxing team, but I was just the oldest.
Yeah. And the
So,
baddest and the baddest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I trained hard. I trained hard. I tell you, I really did. I was like out of like 60 of us, with the All Army team and the Olympic team and the alternate. Out of all weights, I came in either second or third in the run every day.
Wow, that's it. For a
And I
big
and I
guy
was
too. You're a big
and I
guy.
was yeah, I was a heavyweight. I was heavyweight beating them little guys in. Like I
That's
said, second
insane.
and third. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you turned pro, did you turn pro? Who did you turn pro under? Was there any one of the promotional companies or?
Yeah, I signed for management with Mark Roberts, and we were signed up with Bob Arum with
Oh,
Top
yep.
Rank.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
So
He's
that was
still
great.
going now. He's almost 100.
I know it. He's doing great, man. He's one hell of a promoter. I tell you, he's great.
Yeah.
He's good to us.
He's one of the goats. That's definitely for sure. So obviously you win your first few pro fights and you get a WBO World Title shot against Italian Francisco Delamani. Run us through the preparation and getting ready for that fight.
Well, I didn't really know how to really box right after the Olympics. I had to learn, to do the pro thing. But all I did was try to put pressure on him. But when I seen him, he was funny shaped, and he didn't look like he was fast or anything. And he was a southpaw. And I thought I was prepared for him. I trained, I ran, but he knew how to box, and he was just the opposite of what I thought he was. I mean, like I said, he looked big bodied or whatever, but he looked like he couldn't move. It was just the opposite. That guy can box. He boxed better than that's the first time I've ever been boxed like that. And for 9 rounds, he beat me for 9 rounds. He beat me the whole fight for 9 rounds. I threw one punch that I practice on that everybody got one punch that they practice on, but they never
Mm.
throw it in the fight. And mine was the up jab. And I caught him right at the tip of his nose. And he leaned on my shoulder and then he fell and I seen blood and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. One shot, I get my butt whooped for 9 rounds. And I keep coming back to the corner telling my trainer, Hank Johnson, that, hey, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. But I was running out of time, man. So I just threw that one punch that I never threw and it landed. And I was heavyweight champion of the world, man. It was amazing.
Unbelievable. They always say don't judge a book by its cover. So you
Yeah.
obviously
I learned that. I learned that, man. But that dude was slick, man. He's the slickest boxer that I've ever fought to this day.
Wow. And
Francisco Damiani.
how did it feel getting the belt put around your waist, mate?
Oh, it felt great, man. I just really couldn't believe it. But yeah, it felt really good. I didn't think I deserved it at first, but I did throw the punch that knocked him out. So that's my
Yeah.
trainers was telling me. So hey, I enjoyed being heavyweight champion of the world, man.
And
Win the gold
sorry,
medal.
the gold medal and a heavyweight title. That's unbelievable.
It really is, man. To me, I'm still pinching myself to, I don't know, just try to see if, believe it happened, man. I still get chills when I think about it. When I hear him play the national anthem, man, I get chills and
Mm.
everything, man. So
Nah.
it's there.
That's what's
Great.
beautiful about this sport, mate. Once you're a champion, you're a champion for life. You know what I mean? So that's great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before that fight, actually, I missed that. You had a bit of a war with Burt Cooper, who could punch himself.
Woo. A war. That was a war, man. And I tell you what, I am so glad I won that fight because that was the hard to this day. That was the hardest fight of my life. I mean, I had an 18 stitch cut in my lip from the first round all the way through the fight. So then I had he busted a blood vessel in my jaw, and
Oh,
I had and then I looked, my jaw was this big. I looked like Disney Gillespie. That's what they said I looked like. And I had to fight like that for 12 rounds with this guy. And what made it so hard is, for at least 2 years, Bert Cooper was my sparring partner.
Okay.
And that's what made that fight so hard, because he knew me and I
Yeah.
knew him.
Yeah.
And yeah, boy, he came to fight that day. He really did. But that right there made a tough fight, man. I tell people now, your sparring partner, you got to be careful when you fight him.
Yeah.
Just
God
like
bless.
Larry Holmes with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Same thing, mate.
Same
He
thing.
gave Evander Holyfield a tough fight. He hurt Evander, and he gave Michael Moorer. That was a war as well. So he was
Yeah,
known, if he caught you, he had that bit of a Joe Fraser style, didn't he? Like he'd sort of a bit,
yeah, with the
yeah,
hook, yeah,
yeah,
the hook and the
left
uppercut,
hook.
man. But Cooper that dude can really fight, man. He can really fight. We became friends, but I miss him now.
Yeah. God
Him.
bless him,
I see
man.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in
So I see his
peace.
family. I see his family every year. So
And
yeah, but he was tough.
going on to another fight that really, I think, gave you, a lot of attention. The fight against Tommy Morrison.
Oh yeah, now that was to this day that's one of my favorite fights. I mean, when at first it was just a regular fight to me, but now everybody says it's one of the most devastating knockouts they've ever seen. So I got that title, so that's a great title to have for a heavyweight. And I really love it. And I appreciate everybody for recognizing me for that.
I
So.
remember, yeah, I remember you slipped out. I think you had him in the corner, and that you just unloaded on him, and yeah, it was a pretty brutal. Because Tommy, how was Tommy's power? I mean, he had a big left hook too. How did you compare his power to, say, like a Burt Cooper?
He had power. He didn't have power like Bert Cooper or Lennox Lewis.
Okay.
But he hit. He never hurt me, but you'll know he hit you when he hit you.
Mm.
And it was a tough fight. I mean, we went in there. We changed the game 2 days before the fight. My bodyguard he was a weightlifter. He was stationed over in Germany with me, and he was 400, and he was like 400 pounds, and he won the strongest man in the world contest twice. And he told me after he seen Tommy Morrison's back when we was weighing in Times Square in New York, he told me that Tommy Morrison's on oil-based steroids, and all they got to do is make him work for 5 rounds, and he'd be tired. And after all that training I did to do all the hood, doing everything I'm supposed to do, I changed the game up. I listened to that guy and got in there with Tommy Morrison, and he was whooping my butt the first 3 rounds. He was giving it to me. But that was part of the plan to get him tired. But I had to take a butt whooping. So me having the toughest chin, that's what I went for, man. I just went to try to get him tired and let him hit me and everything. And it didn't feel good, but it got the job done.
So he
My
wasn't.
trainer.
He was a pretty. So he wasn't a bad fighter then, Tommy. Obviously, if he you obviously respected his skills.
Oh yeah, Tommy Morrison.
Yeah.
Yes, that was like I fought him in the Olympic trials also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did, and I didn't knock him out, but I just beat him unanimous decision in 1988. So that was my second time fighting Tommy
Oh,
Morrison.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool, excellent.
and he definitely was tougher than he was the first time. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then we go on to one. I don't if you, one you might not what you might want to forget about, but you fought the old cagey legend Larry Holmes. Tell me, I was very surprised with this result. I remember what went on here, eh?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: when we first started off training for Larry Holmes, you know what everybody thinks. My trainer was saying, "All right, now he's an old man, but don't train like he's this old. You got to train like he's young and train, just train." And that's exactly what I did. And like 3 weeks before the fight, he's like gonna switch up and tell me that, you know, uh, Larry Holmes ain't supposed to be standing in front of me for 3 rounds. He's not supposed to last for 3 rounds. So he put pressure on me then, telling me one thing and then trying to reverse it or whatever. So, I was a little and I gotta tell you, Larry Holmes is my idol. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I watched him fight when I was a teenager and everything else. So he was a champ, man, and I respect him so much and I'm just glad I got a chance to fight him. Because I had a fight. I had a mandatory fight with Michael Moore. For
Oh,
the same
yeah.
amount of money, for the same amount of money. But they offered me Larry Holmes for the same amount of money, so I just took Larry Holmes. I took
Wow.
Larry Holmes, and I'm glad I did. But my mind was a little messed up in there, a little bit. Then
Yeah.
him being my idol and everything, my
Yeah.
mind was right.
How's
So
how's his left jab? It's one of the best
oh
of all time.
yeah, it was still good then, and that right
Yeah.
hand too, man. He had the jab in the right hand, man. That's how I learned how to throw my jab,
Yeah.
man. I got the jab from him right there, Larry Holmes. He
I
throwed
got
a
to
great jab.
I got to meet him for the first time 2 years ago in Saudi Arabia, and it was awesome to meet the Eastern
Oh
Assassin. And
yeah,
yeah,
oh
because
yeah.
he was one of my dad's favourite boxers as well. He's one of the greatest of all time, probably one of the most underrated heavyweights because he come after Ali, and it was very very hard to come after There's only one Muhammad Ali, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think he got accepted by the American public as much as he should have. You agree?
yeah.
Yeah,
I do agree, 100%,
yeah,
120%. I do agree.
yeah,
Yeah, but he was a great fighter, man. He's one of the greatest fighters that I've ever known. I mean, I love Muhammad Ali too.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know what kind of guy. He's a nice guy and everything, man. His
yeah.
wife and everything. So
Yeah,
lovely
no,
fight.
they're great people. So we move
Yeah.
on to another, Hall of Fame legend, Evander Holyfield. Tell us about that. Did you ever spar Evander beforehand, and what was the build up going into the Holyfield fight?
No, the Holyfield fight. We actually trained hard for that fight, and I got down to 228 pounds for him. So I was in great shape. And I actually thought I beat him. We went 10-round fight. I thought I won seven
Mm,
out of those 10, which I probably did. But then I started after the seventh round. What he did is I had to take a knee because he caught me with something I didn't see. So I just take a knee. That's what we was taught in the military to do. Just take a knee until you get your
yeah,
stuff
that's
together.
right.
And so I took a knee, hit me on the back of the head when I was down taking a knee. And then after that, I started moving backwards. After the last 3 rounds, I started moving backwards, and I think that's what gave me away right there. I mean, that's how I lost the fight right there. But I thought I beat him too.
Yeah, it's hard to go backwards against Evander. I mean, even that's when he beat Mike. He pushed Mike backwards, and he's definitely a
Yeah,
sort of guy. Some guys you just have to, you can't let them come forward. You just got to keep pushing them back.
yeah, you got to keep on pushing him back. You're right about that.
And, what's your relationship with Evander?
When we see each other, man, we talk and everything, man. I love him, man. I watched him when he was in the Olympics. He's part of my inspiration. When watching him, he was the last people.
84. Yeah.
Yeah, 1984. I watched him, man. I made sure I watched every fight. So he was a little inspiration to me. And he's a great fighter, also. Great guy
Great,
too.
great team, the '84 Olympics, one of the most famous
Yeah,
teams ever.
yeah.
Mark Breland and Mildred Taylor. One of my favourite fighters of all time, and I'll never get to meet him now, but it was Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I loved
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah. My favorite too, man. For a little guy, that dude right there is hard to hit. He was a great human being too, man. I got a chance to know him a little
Oh,
bit, and I'm just honored. I was just so hurt with what happened with him, but
me
you know, I
too.
just I just praise the time that I got to know him, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. We all miss him, but he was one of the slickest fighters that you're ever gonna see.
Yeah, I've been blessed enough to been over the states plenty of times, and I've got to meet a lot of my idols like Roy Jones and Oscar De La Hoya and a lot of people, but I never got to meet Pernell, mate. And yeah, I loved his style, loved his. I think he's arguably one of the greatest lightweights of all time, up there with Duran. And
Yeah,
if if you're teaching a boxer the art of hit and not be hit, that's Pernell, man.
that's Pernell, boy. You could not hit that dude. That dude had his butt on the ground, ducking punches, man. That dude was amazing, man. He was. He was.
God bless, God bless.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
again, mate, this is why you fought pretty much all the best of your era. After Holyfield, you take on the great Lennox Lewis. That's a fight that I kind of thought you might have got that. It was a majority decision, and it's known for probably Lennox's. I think people talk about it's definitely his hardest fight.
Yeah. I know I won that fight, but politics played a part in
Yeah,
everything. And
yeah.
then he had the next fight. His next fight was with Tyson.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't
So
want to
that's
ruin
what.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to ruin that, man. And I just caught the short end of the stick a couple of times,
Yeah.
But I do, and he admitted that I beat him, that he lost that fight. So, that's not good enough. I mean, it's got to be good enough, and it never bothered me anyway. I know I got in there, and I know I whooped his ass, and that was it.
How, tell me the reason why he had so much success against Lennox.
I just went in there for one thing. I trained harder. I trained hard for Lennox Lewis, man, because I really wanted to fight and beat Lennox Lewis because we had one guy on our Olympic team that couldn't stand Lennox Lewis, that fought Lennox Lewis, and that was Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Riddick Bowe always talks smack about Lennox Lewis and this and that. So Bowe was at the fight when I fought Lennox Lewis at the Garden, and uh, was that at the Garden? Where did I fight Lennox Lewis? The Garden, right?
I'll just double check 1 second. Yeah, it was the Garden. Yeah.
Yeah, at the guard, man. So Riddick Bowe was there, so I wanted to get in there and beat him up for Bowe. Bowe told me to go in there and beat him up, and I really wanted to go in there and beat him up for Bowe, boy. And Bowe congratulated me when I got the ring and everything, so I know I whooped his ass.
Yeah. Tell me about them two. Obviously, it was a fight that never happened that should have in the pros. How do you? I mean, I rate Big Daddy. He was one great heavyweight boxer, and I think if he might have had a bit more discipline like yourself, he would have had a longer career. But tell me if they would have met prime for prime. How does that fight shape out between Lennox and Big Daddy?
I don't know. I think they fought. They fought in the amateurs. It was a good fight. Lennox Lewis won that fight.
Mm.
But I'm gonna tell you, and then the professional ranks, Riddick Bowe was a different fighter than he was when he was an amateur.
Yeah,
And I think if he'd have fought Lennox Lewis, I think he might have had. I think he might have did something though. I don't. I really don't know, and I wish that fight would have happened. But
yeah,
I just know Bowles was a different fighter than what he was in the Olympics,
yeah.
and I think it would have been a great fight. And I think it could have went either way.
I loved how
Both
for
of both of them
such a
was
big
great fights.
man. Oh, Bo was great for such a big man. He could fight inside really well.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, Riddick boy. On the inside, you're in trouble. He can throw combination and everything on the inside. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, yeah,
Great
it
fighter.
definitely was. So then you're back on the winner list. You fought another very good for heavyweight and underrated, and arguably a lot of people reckons he did beat Larry Holmes. Tim Witherspoon, very good fighter.
Yeah, Tim. With that fight right there, I can honestly say that all the times that I got ripped off, I thought that I lost that fight.
Okay.
I thought that I lost that fight, and that. But I took it in stride. I said, "Hey, they don't rip me off enough. So hey, man, this they give me one, I'm gonna take it."
You
So
take it.
that's that one right there. I said, "Hey, I'll take that one right there. I will take that one." But it was a great fight with him. He was fighting hard, and I really didn't train that hard for him. So that's probably why I was thinking that I really didn't, do too well. But looking back at the fight, when I looked at it, I did great. I mean, I did. I won the fight.
Yeah, yeah. No, he is a very underrated fighter. Probably doesn't get
Yeah,
enough recognition in the '80s. He was one of the the main guys. I think. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, Tim Witherspoon was boy. He was tough back in the day, man. Tim Witherspoon was tough. He was.
And another massive name you've got. That's why I love your resume, Ray. You fought everyone and anyone. Wladimir Klitschko.
That fight for can you see me?
Yeah,
Oh, I just went blank. Okay, for the Vladimir fight, um, okay, I got about the Vladimir fight. What happened with him is I really didn't know Vladimir. Never seen him fight or anything. Didn't know how big he was or anything. But my trainer, Matt Howard, was telling me how big this guy is, and I need to be lifting weights, and I need to be doing this. And I started doing that at the beginning of training when we was in Atlantic City. Um, but I went fishing one morning after my run, and I love fishing. And I
yeah,
caught a fish. I caught a fish that I've never caught before that I always want to catch, and I caught a striped bass.
yep,
And
yep.
when I caught that striped bass, every morning I was cutting my run short so I can go fishing, man, because they was trying to buy the fish from me and everything on the bank, but I wouldn't sell them. I take them back and I grill them.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I just had a great time fishing. And in the morning when I run is when they're biting. So, I tried to cut it short a little bit. And I really didn't pay attention to how big he was or his skills or anything. And that's what I should have did. And I got in there, and that guy hit me with a jab, and I felt his jab, and I went down on my butt, and I was like, "Whoa, boy, oh boy!" So, he was catching me with a little hook, and it was nothing really bothered me, but that hook he threw, man, he was just hitting the button, and it would make me dizzy. It would.
yeah. He's,
It
he's a
would.
big, he's a big dude.
He's a big, strong dude, man. Realized that in that fight right there, man. So I really got my butt whooped that fight. And that's the first time I really had my bell rung like that, So I was happy for 2 weeks. I was like, I was smiling at everybody, laughing, not being myself, knowing it comes from getting my butt whooped, So that's the way that was. But he's a big, strong dude, man. Let's go.
We
And
I'll tell you now, Ray, when you ever do come to Australia, we've got some great fishing here. I actually
ooh, I
we
know it.
got
I know
we
it.
got some great fishing. I brought I had Terence Crawford here back in May last year, and he's coming back. I'm hoping to
Really?
bring him back soon. Yeah, and he loves his fishing as well,
Wow.
bud. Yeah.
Whoa, that is great, man. That would be great if I can come over there and fish with you, boy. That'd be a life dream.
Let,
I'm
let's
telling you.
let's let's discuss it. Let's maybe try and do a double thing, maybe because you're obviously good friends of Big Daddy. We can bring both of you guys down maybe and do
Yeah,
something, because I do a lot of those meet and greets and promotion things in Australia. So yeah,
yeah.
I
Oh
had
yeah, bring
Duran.
us over,
I,
man. That would be great. That
yeah,
would be great.
I had Roberto Duran here only in November last year. Hands of stone.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he gets around, man. He's a great guy to have. He's a
Yeah,
great guy.
he's got some good stories, mate. He's funny. He's a good man.
Great
I was
story. He
I was
really
with him
is.
I was with him for a whole week. It was pretty cool.
A whole week. Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're hands of stone.
he brings his family and everything, man. He has a lovely family and everything.
Beautiful. Yeah, he had his two sons and his daughter with him as well. So,
Yes, his daughter
so
always says she's great.
yeah. So I do a lot of these things. So we'll definitely keep in touch and look
Yes.
to have you down. What do you look back on, Ray? Obviously, such a great career. You've got a gold medal, you've got a world title. How much does boxing, been a massive part of your life? Obviously.
It has, man. I mean, it got me where I'm where I am right now. It got me. I made a platform for myself so I can go out there and help other kids. I go people bring me into their amateur boxing matches, pro boxing matches, and I talk to the kids and tell them certain things, and I just love it, man. I just love just helping somebody get to where I was, because that's what it
Yeah.
took for me to get there. So it's like giving back. So
No,
life after boxing for me has been great, man. I love the people, man. I get to go a lot of places, meet a lot of people, and it's been great for me.
and how's good
Yeah.
the reunions, catching up with all the
Uh,
yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
oh man, yeah, with Riddick Bowe and getting with Roy Jones, all that, man, and Michael Carbajal bring back memories, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Carbajal. Now I'm telling you, when he was on the Olympic team, he came and he ran. He blew everybody out. He was the first one. He was damn near ready to go eat when we got back. I mean,
Really?
Michael Carvajal can run. He's like a deer. But I see him, man, and it's lovely, man. That's my little buddy right there.
Yeah, no, it was awesome to have him on. I was a massive fan of him and his fights with Chiquita Gonzalez, and he's definitely
Yeah,
one of the great little men of the sport, and a guy that
yeah,
brought big money to the smaller divisions.
definitely, definitely
Mm,
did. He definitely did. He got a lot to
mm.
be proud of. I love him.
Oh, mate. Well, I can't thank you enough for today, Ray. As I said, massive fan of your career, and I remember when you won the '88 gold medal, and obviously all those great fights we just mentioned, and yeah, I can't wait to one day meet you in the flesh.
Oh yeah, man! I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to that from now on, man. It's my new dream to meet you.
Yeah, all right.
I want
We'll make that happen, my friend. And after we finish, if I can get Riddick's contact, and I'll try and get Riddick Bowe on the podcast as well.
Okay, okay.
Much appreciated.
You need me to send you his number?
If you can, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. I'll text it to you.
I'm interviewing Michael Nunn tomorrow.
Oh, Michael Nunn, that's
Second to none, yeah.
He's a great dude, man. He really is.
We FaceTimed the other day, so got him locked in for tomorrow. So I like doing the past legends like you guys, and especially for everyone, especially for the Australians to listen to the stories of the greats. You know what I mean? And that's what that's my platform's about. So it's good. Yeah. God bless, brother. Right, thanks for being on the ringside seat with Tazzy, Ray.
All right, thanks for having me, brother.
See you, champ. Take care.
All right, later. All right.
Bye, mate.